Warenka, late for Zackel. Zackel give away in the middle. Warenka lowers the boom on Chorsky. And now Warenka getting into it, lowering the boom, throwing knuckles. And they're still going at it. Linesmen getting into it, and they have to tear them apart.
Now a fight, as it's going to be Versluis and Chorney. Versluis able to get a right hand away as he wrestles a little bit with Chorney. Chorney able to get a couple right uppercuts, and then he gets a couple good right hand shots on Versluis as the linesmen come in.
Namath crashing the net, and now a goaltender interference coming to chase Namath with the net off its moorings. Coming in for defense, and Namath dropping the gloves, and he's dropping some hammers. Namath and Lindsay. Namath taking that one.
Face off, pushed up against the near boards, and now the gloves drop. Fuller's going to go with Cartman. The dance card is punched, and now, a strong right from Cartman. A couple of swings and misses, and Cartman takes Fuller down.
Express helmets on either end of the ice right now. Kovic trying to clear the zone. Can't do so. Grega over. Here's a pass back over for Grega, and a nice job by Fleming. And now a fight as Dow Kenny goes after Berg. And he just hammers Berg down to the ice surface.
Fight here. Yeah, right to the right
Whoa.
of Karan. And it's going to be Nathan Kelly and Matt Dorsey. They lunge at each other, and now on the second attempt come together. Captain Kelly getting called to duty here. Kelly trying to throw lefts. Tied up with Dorsey right now as they wrestle down to the ice.
The greatest of chances, and now Booty's going to try and tip it back. Bliss is going to go after Booty in the corner. Oh, a hard hit thrown. Bliss, he's going to get checked here by Fraser and a couple players, and now there's a scrum behind the goal line. This is going to be a penalty against Bliss for sure, and there's a massive scrum now. Player is headlocked. Alami's getting into it with Wallach. Gloves are dropped. There's a fight. The two big boys here, Alami and Wallach, are going at it. Alami's throwing the haymaker. He's taken down. Now Wallach's going as madness ensues. This is a huge scrap. Alami takes his man down, and the linesmen and the officials will get in here.
And now we got a fight. We got a fight behind the play in front of the Powell River bench. Levi Glazeman gets taken down by Sean Bunting. And broke it up, 1:40 left. Eagles have the goalie out and the extra attacker on. Sidaway steals it but can't get a shot away from the far wing. Then he hits Siobhan hard into the end wall, and Siobhan jumps Sidaway, and then now we're going to have a fight. Sidaway and Siobhan throwing right hands. Sidaway didn't even get his gloves off. Siobhan just jumped him after the hit on the far side. Center to the left point. Garrett shoots, and another glove saved by Joe Howe. King's trying to cross the net. We got pushing and shoving. A scrum ensues. Now we got a fight. Jacob Slippick has dropped the gloves behind the net. Throwing punches behind Joe Howe. Slippick tied up, takes a couple of punches to the head, and the linesman will break it up.
Booty took a bit of a slash, doesn't like that. As he looked to see who got him. Nestorenko back out front. And now Sealski getting into it with a bit of a fight here with Clark Nelson. The two try to wrestle each other here, and Nelson wrestles Sealski down to the ice.
Ardenaz over to Trevor Adams. Adams holds on,
players, runs into a brick wall at Jake Livingstone. Livingstone's going to play it over for his forward, Joseph Musa. First loose is with him, and he'll throw it on, and save made by Johnny Derrick. We have a fight. It's Jake Livingstone against Trevor Adams, and this is not the matchup Trevor Adams wants, as Livingstone just continues to throw fists at the back of Trevor Adams' head.
Durante shot towards goal, stopped again by Scarfoni. Now Alami trying to race to the puck. Tellier's there. Tellier will clear it all the way down the ice. And now we got another whistle here. It's Siobhan versus Grega. This one is a fight. Grega gets knocked down early. Siobhan hit him with one and then lays a couple. That now is played in front here, right behind the goal. Expected a pass, now another hit thrown there. A hard one by Darby. There's no call on the play as Darby's checked. And now there's a fight coming up here. It's Darby against Costello. Darby trying to throw some shots here. It's right along the near wall. As these players were going at it, now Darby takes his man down. I'd have to score that one a draw here. Being checked a couple times, still has the puck, plays it back down low. Good shift here from the Kings. It's McCoy. Now McCoy to the point to Kern. Kern across the Pennington shot towards goal. Save. It bounces in front. Comes across. It's up high and it's in. And the Kings have scored. Now Redette is into a fight. She's going after Dawson McKay, the former Surrey Eagle. 10:09 to go.
The record was last set in 1977-78. And now Defoe's going to go. Chase Defoe in, throwing haymakers, trying to get that other hand free. Defoe's in it, throwing haymakers up against Dallas Allen. It's a grudge match. Defoe takes him to the ice, throws a couple more. Chase Defoe fired up.
Off the near wall is Komzak. Rolls it off the back wall. Sealski now takes control from behind his own goal. Here's a fight. It's going to be Komzak, and he just lays one right hand. Macy gets the worst of it. Here's a turnover again. Bunting in, and a glove saved by Clay Stevenson. Absolutely robbing. As Macy is going to get into a fight right now.
Wide of the goal on the blocker side, held inside the zone there by Nanaimo, and that was dumped in deep by Liam Ryan. Steve Holtz back in his own end. Starts it up on the left wing. Now we got a fight. It's Ethan Martini who's going to drop the gloves at center with Scott Mahovlich. Martini and Mahovlich right at center ice, eyeing each other up here. Martini's first fight of the season, throwing some rights overhand. Now Mahovlich coming over with some rights as well. He's got him in tight as Mahovlich throws some lefts. Martini trying to wrestle him here as Mahovlich comes underneath with a couple of shots. Mahovlich's helmet comes off, and both players will...
Fraser, 2-on-1 with Stein. Stein towards the goal, scores! No way! Stein celebrates. Referee waved it off. Rivermen are celebrating. And the play's still underway here. Now they'll blow it down. Now Bunting going to go after. Stein scored that goal, I swear. Stein celebrates. The fans cheer.
Ooh, Sturzer wanted to fight. Broadhurst, well, way too late, wants to. Are they going to go? Yeah, they are. No, they're not. I still can't tell. Yeah, they are. Right hands by Broadhurst, who has the helmet off. Right over top by Sturzer. A lot of seat belting. Another right attempted by Broadhurst. Big right by Sturzer over top. Broadhurst has the right free. Sturzer gave him a head fake. Broadhurst cut an uppercut. Sturzer dodged it for a right over top and knocked it down.
Working along the far side wall, Riverman clear. And now behind the plate, getting into it on the receiving end is Kagan, I believe.
That's not a fight, that's getting jumped.
And Scoville.
Tress face a shot.
Yeah, he hasn't had to face too many for sure, and as they're replaying that fight there, you kind of expected the Warriors to come out with a little bit more fight here in the first half of this period, down 3-0.
Center ice. Petronero, and a hard hit from Veet, and that's going to draw a crowd as DeMiro was drilled into the side wall. LaPointe into it here with Novakoski. LaPointe's helmet is off. Him and Novakoski are in it. Novakoski, I don't think wants anything. Now Novakoski's going to drop the gloves. LaPointe's throwing a couple fists. LaPointe with one to the left, wrestling him, trying to get another hand free as the crowd loving it. Phil LaPointe throwing another. The captain standing up for his teammates as the crowd to our left breaks up. LaPointe went to throw a fist. He missed. Fell down. They'll break that.
One as a couple rushed up here. We got a fight right in behind the net there. That's Adamo Santia getting into the mix with a Chilliwack player. I can't quite tell who it is, but Denver's flaring here with 5.9 to go.
Express end and the icing is waved off as Brad Ong got tangled up behind the express net. And now he's doing a little pushing and shoving with Brendan Booty. And then Booty with an extra chop and a cup on Ong. And now the gloves have come off. And now Stein has reached over the top of Brad Ong. As originally, and now they're going to go. Booty throwing shots on Ong. And now Ong is knocked to the ice and the linesman get in between.
Bucks in the middle. Sen goes after it. Finally forced the blue line and brought out. And then, oh, what a hit by Walker Erickson. And now he's going to go. Erickson's into it with Greibel. Erickson spinning, trying to get the hand free. No one's really landed one. There's one. Walker Erickson taken to the ice.
Really shocking for the franchise. Whoa! What a play that was as Chase McKinnis got knocked down heavily by Fuller. And we got a fight perhaps. Fuller and Oliver. Fuller loves to fight. Oliver, the young rookie, had no idea what he was getting himself into. Landon Fuller.
Oh my God.
A blow to the head of Spiridakis, and now there's a fight as Gould doesn't like it. Pennington with a couple of rights. Gould goes down.
Wade gets bumped from behind, and both arms come up immediately. Now Leo getting in, he's going to drop the gloves with a member of the Rivermen as they wrestle each other to the ice. And they're still trying to wrestle each other with both officials right in the middle of it. And Leo picking up his teammate is, I want to say it's Booty who dropped the gloves. Livingstone up to Leduc. Leduc goes cross ice for Mateo Pekka. He dumps it inside the zone. And we got a fight. Will Kushnerek is dropping him with Livingstone. The second fight tonight is they arrest and trying to fight for the punches. Couple uppercuts laid by Kushnerek. Livingstone now firing some shots as they're both swinging. Livingstone and Kushnerek both tangled up as they're trying to jockey for position as Livingstone scores the takedown on Kushnerek. Helluel, cross ice feet just out of the reach of Wallach, and Wade's going to collect it. And now Steele getting into it, another fight, and it's going to be Steele and Helluel. Steele was hesitant to drop his gloves. And still trying to throw shots as Helluel at Jackson Steele. Corner. Near side point now for Somerville. Towards the far side, we've got a fight. It's a Moose and McIntyre. And McIntyre lands a couple of big right hands. Now a Moose countering. McIntyre throwing over the top. A Moose over the top. And a takedown in the near corner. Pushing and shoving all over the places. A one-timer from LaPointe moments ago. Now it looks like we're going to have a fight. Brooks squaring off on the far side with, I believe it's Connell. Brooks landed a couple of rights down. Connell scores the takedown far side.
Over zone right side. Slides it in front and Long lifted his stick. It's loose and the play blown dead as now we got putting shoving. Jack Long has dropped the gloves with his McDougall. Punches being thrown on the side of the Powell River Kings net. Long with a right. Now an uppercut by Long. McDougall lands an uppercut. Fight now takes its way to the near Powell River Kings right corner.
He cut it off and dumps it back into the Cowichan zone. 11 minutes left in the second period. 4-0 Capitals. A power play goal from Krasa, and now we get some pushing and shoving. Fighton drops the gloves with Micro Giannakis, and now Micro Giannakis is going to go with them as well. Both throwing rights. Fighton coming over the top. Micro Giannakis with a good right, and then he stands him up and down the corner. He's got speed near side, hands it off for Krasa near corner. Krasa around the back of the net and towards the far side corner, gets tied up back of the net, and it's cleared towards the line, but not out. Near side point, Lynn keeps it alive. He's got lots of time. Far side, now we got a fight. It's Hora against Barrett. Hora trying to come over the top with the right, and now he lands a couple of right hands. Barrett near side, looking to get his right arm free, lands his shot. Hora trying to get the right hand free, and Barrett goes down. Not the right side of center. And he will chip the puck into the trail corner. Big hit in deep. As Jacob Slipik and Pal Connor drop the gloves in the corner. Slipik tied up. Connor lands a punch. Slipik lands a punch. Connor gets Slipik's helmet off. A right hand. Slipik and Connor exchanges punches. Boy, these two just went toe-to-toe in the trail zone. Still exchanging punches. Blows to the head for both. Both with their helmets off. That is a tilt.
Out the near side for Nick Poisson, trying to poke it by Boucher, but he holds it in. Comes down behind the goal for Leal. He gets dropped. A big hit on Cole Leals. He gets hammered behind the goal, and he is hurting on the ice. And now Evan Orr is going to drop the gloves. The Cowichan player, Sidaway, has not dropped. He's got his hand on Orr's face. Orr's throwing punches. Now Sidaway will drop his flippers, and now they're going to go. Orr still has his helmet on Sidaway, firing shots on Orr as they're trading shots. Sidaway firing shots, they continue to go. They both throw hands. Great fight between Sidaway and Evan Orr. And they're still throwing punches. Orr with the refs trying to break it up. Orr and Sidaway are wrestling each other to the ice. And that gets the crowd going here at the RMCA.
In the corner on the cycle. There's Doug Scott again. Watch out, the moves. Here we go, a fight. Chase McInnes in with it with Olsen or Renka. And the linesmen are all over this fight here.
The clipper line by Ozar, pass off LaPointe to Ozar, he's right on goal. He digs, and Naylor stopped him down low. Ledun takes Ozar out. Ozar goes back at Ledun.
Like that.
And they might scrap here. Ozar and Ledun. Ledun's trying to get loose.
Well, Ledun's got a cage on as well, so. Behind or into the left corner is Gauthier. He'll go colliding and got crisscrossed with Dow Kenny. Now the two trying to break free, but Gauthier just holding under the chicken wing here. Now there's going to be a fight here as Dow Kenny and Gauthier go at it. Dow Kenny with some hard lefts. And now Gauthier able to get a couple lefts of himself. And now he's got a couple rights, so he gives a couple uppercuts to Dow Kenny.
Fort knocks the stick out of the hands of Young. And Adams stays on it. And they're going to drop the mitts. Price is going at Young. We have our first fight of the season. Price. I didn't think it would be Price, and he gets the takedown.
Penticton line on the right wing in turn. He'll take a hit, feed it across, and it's tipped to the boards where Grego will take control. Kind of spin off and check. He's bumped hard along the boards, and a little too hard, in fact. And it's going to be a penalty on Penticton. A check to the head penalty, which will also include a 10-minute misconduct for Colton Kalzig. And most notably, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Express for 49 seconds. And now we're going to have a fight. As it's Hutchinson and Conor Gregor who dropped the gloves. They've had their battles in this third period. Third in an Express uniform. As now we're back to 5-on-5. And now we have another fight at center ice. Cooper Connell and Danny Waite in the center ice circle. And Connell throwing some rights on Danny Waite. And Waite ends up on the ice in a crumpled position. Feeds it all the way back to the line to Jimmy Darby. He'll snap a shot deflected and a pad save made by Watson. And then Woldauer takes a hit in the slot. And Slot will take the puck. He'll poke it behind the Express goal for Skovanek. He'll feed it back to the line. Bliss with his shot. And that was knocked down. And now Kabir Gill and Santia. They've dropped the gloves and they're going to go. And Santia connected with a quick right, surprising Kabir Gill. And then Santia throwing rights to the back of the Express. Met at center ice, and a good play coming back by Ethan O'Rourke. Now bouncing puck in the express zone, and Topman will drop it back for Stephen Bellini. Well, in behind the play, O'Rourke's getting tangled up with Sanawana, and I think they're just going to send both guys off. Now Sanawana grabs at Christian McDougall. Some gloves have come off. I think McDougall wants to go, but the linesman's not going to let him. And now they're finally just going to go, and Christian McDougall's going to wind up on top of the Surrey forward. The 9-minute mark here in the third period. Now we're going to have another fight. Stephen Bellini has dropped the gloves with Christophe Tellier. Tellier with some rights. Now Bellini coming back with some rights as they wrestle one another. Now Bellini trying to come over the top, tying up Tellier's hands. Tellier now gets a right in. Bellini again coming over the top with a right. Third fight of this third period. And now the hands of Tellier and Bellini.
Also, Warenka's going to drop the gloves, and he is laying into him.
Warenka with a couple rights. Looking to get the better of Costello, and they'll take him to the ice.
Verstappen steers it up the wing. Lynn through his legs. Picked up by Fontana, wrist shot. And now he's dumped by Lynn. But Khalil Fontana with a good steal and a shot on goal. And now we got Streifels and Lynn. And Lynn getting up. A couple in Ernie. Streifels regaining his strength. Falling backwards. Lynn and Streifels. And that'll be the end of those two tonight.
From the corner, wrapped up by Tassi. Big hit from Millimock. And the puck goes in behind the net. Wolford gets it. Kaller going right at Millimock, and he probably wants to drop the gloves, and he will. Millimock and Kaller going at it, and Millimock's going to make up for some size from Kaller here. Now they're all wrapped up. They each got in a couple punches. Now Kaller trying to get some rights at Millimock, who's trying to protect himself, and now the linesman will come in here.
Cross knockdown. There's going to be penalties as Clark's going to go after Brett Fudger, saying you want to go. Oh, they're going to go. Fudger drops the gloves. Over the top, over the linesmen who are getting in there. Now they're going to let Fudger's right hand come free. Oh, and Fudger takes him to the ice. He continues to throw some shots. They tangle up in the left corner. Some body blows by Brett Fudger in the left corner. As Braden Clark came in, oh, Fudger still letting him loose.
The glass. And the second period comes to an end. And lots of pushing and shoving. Kagan comes flying into a pile. And everybody partners up. Drasner in the midst of things as well. Ladun being grappled. And Rashinsky throwing punches with Mahavlich. Mahavlich takes him down. Still throwing punches. Kagan wrapped up with Bro.
For a moment, then Musa took a bit of a chop on the hands. He's shaking that one out as he's trying to stay in the play here. Now he'll peel off for a change. Heavy collision on Matthew Hubbard on the far wall. And Scoville is going to go and even up the score here as he goes after Kyle Powell. It's Scoville and Powell. Scoville with a couple of lefts and then a right uppercut. Now an uppercut from Powell. Catches Scoville off guard and then he goes down and Powell with a couple extra shots after they go down.
4-0 Caps. They've scored 3 times here in the second period as there's a high hit. McIntyre sheds him and he starts pumping with the right hand. Sansbury came in with a high hit on the head of Bundy and McIntyre jumped Sansbury.
Warriors trying to maintain puck possession here in the zone as Wilkie plays it in, throws it on net save made by Altman and Carter Wilkie, and whoa! A dangerous sucker punch by Noah Luley on Carter Wilkie. Oh boy, and now we got a fight. It's Ryan Upson and Nick Caffarelli. Upson just trying to stay on his feet. He gives a shot to Caffarelli. They're both on their knees. Wild fists are flying inside Royal LePage Place as Ryan Upson gives Caffarelli another shot. The Boston, Massachusetts native versus the North Vancouver native, Ryan Upson.
My
and
goodness.
A spirited tilt
from a Bulldog defender, and now punches being thrown, and the helmet of Spiridakis being ripped at by Nelson, and Spiridakis and Nelson are going to fight maybe. Spiridakis does have his gloves off. Nelson has no helmet but no gloves. He continues to throw, and then Spiridakis, when he was on his knees, got an uppercut. He never got his gloves off. I don't know if that's a one-man fight
He appeared to be willing.
Oh, we've got a fight.
Kovac has the puck, and Drasner throwing punches with Van Noonen in the corner. Spinning each other around, and they go down to the ice.
Wolford will flip it in and pursue the puck in deep. It's in behind the goal as he knocks his man down to the ice. And out front now, Tassie fanned on one. Another shot that stopped as Wolford is being knocked down a couple of times by DeMuro, and he might just drop the mitts. Wolford has dropped the mitts, and he's going at it with Cody Chavon, and Chavon gets the takedown, and the linesmen come in and separate them. Out from Bud Varson, and a big hit from Martino, ran into Bud Varson. What a clean hit. Senko going after Martino. They're going to drop the mitts. Senko and Martino, and a right from Martino, but then he's taken down by Senko.
Out of his net, backhanding it around the wing, blocked by McDougall. Now Connell takes the puck. He'll dish it off to Bellini. Wrist shot stopping Woodside. Now we're getting a fight. Christian McDougall and Carter Cochran are going to go. At the side of the net, McDougall jumps in right away, throws some rights and some haymakers. Now Cochran with some rights of his own, and now McDougall ends up on top of Carter Cochran, and that gets the kids in the building all riled up. He's knocked to the ice, and Prince George will play it out to the neutral zone. Express in the midst of a change, and Slappy pokes it back in. He's spun around, and Prince George will turn it the other way. You know, across the line is wait. Now we're getting another fight. Brad Ong has dropped the gloves at the blue line, and he's throwing rights. It looks like it's Cole Leo with Brad Ong. And again, these kids are fired up. And now they wrestle one another to the ice.
Into the front of the net, he had Amante going there, but a bouncing puck that he just couldn't handle. Big hit by Ho as he plants his man down in the right wing corner. Puck to the blue line. Amante tried to hold it in, then Ho got knocked down away from the puck. And there's a scrum ensuing here. A glove is off, and now we're going to have a fight as Tyler Ho is going to drop the gloves here with Brady Lynn on the right side.
Brandon Dent on the forward, checking the Grizzlies' territory. Lindsay on the loose. Puck Merriman intercepts. Donaldson behind the goal line. Donaldson and a Moose collide. A Moose all over Donaldson, staying with the puck. Referee looks on. Play continues. Donaldson and Moose. Now we got something going on. And this is Bandu and Brandon Dent. And they are throwing some punches away here. As Bandu, he won't stop. And now the Grizzlies will lose one defenseman in the hockey game.
Net sets it up for Sam Morton. Morton into the zone, and Luly's going to go. And he throws a couple of strong rights and just demolishes his opponent, PJ Garrett.
Hope for a bounce off himself and in.
Barrett wraps around the boards. Clark onto the ice. Keeps it alive at the left point. Now Broadhurst unloading on Christian Buono, and dirty play by Cole Broadhurst.
And how about Lynn jumping in as the third man in and absolutely, and the linesman slams him down. The linesman with the tackle, and the crowd loves it.
Clark is trying to pry Broadhurst off of Buono. And Buono has done nothing but turtle up here.
Interesting to see how the refs scout this one. He was right there in the corner, right beside it.
These two teams resume play tomorrow night in Coquitlam. 7:15 puck drop. Look out. Nestorenko lined up and knocked down. And now Brody Gagnon is going to come to his teammate's aid. Nestorenko was caught with his head down in the Chilliwack zone, and now it's going to form a crowd. Everyone's got someone.
Is it ever? Everyone does got someone. This one's definitely prolonging here as Gagno's going to break free.
Brody Gagno's got Addison Macy locked up in his arms. Hudson Thornton looks like he's got, can't make out the number from our vantage point.
The man in Isaacson, still looking for his first point of the year. Now Connor with a hit. And Connor hit hard. And Connor is being buried right now by three Centennial players. And here we go. Kyle Powell is into it. Here with Renka. Two big bodies going at it. Kyle Powell giving him rights. Renka trying to give him some rights as well. Powell loses an edge as both players go to the ice.
Nice icing waved off. Naylor plays it. He played it right off of Kennedy. Now Broadhurst back in the goal trying to center. That was broken up. And McIntyre drove Kennedy into the wall from behind. Now he's going to fight with O'Brien. There's a penalty coming up against McIntyre. And he pops O'Brien with a right. O'Brien trying to get the hand free. McIntyre holding him away. Now McIntyre answering with uppercuts. Lands one over the top. And McIntyre beating James O'Brien. O'Brien standing in there. And McIntyre beats it. Fought it off with the blocker. Cowichan ices the puck. And now Krasa and Dent are going to go. Dent landing rights, trying to wrestle Krasa down to the ice. And that's a win for Nanaimo there.
Kushnerek, Brodziak, and Shandor going back and forth as the puck comes in behind the goal. And now Seaman getting punched there by Redette. And now Kushnerek in there as well. And a lot of extracurricular along the Surrey bench. Mayhem here in Prince George.
Kushnerek and Alami line.
Kushnerek has dropped his mitts, and now him and Alami are going to go. Alami and Kushnerek, two big customers. As they continue to go back and forth, King getting into it after the whistle.
Alami's got to go for this. He's hitting over top of the referees onto Kushnerek here. A couple of big boys having a tilt.
Redirects it inside the zone. We got a fight. Carter Cochran is going to drop the glove with Buddy Johnson. Cochran has two fights this year, and they're going to go again. Cochran, big shots from Buddy Johnson and Cochran as they're firing shots, big punches from both guys. Cochran laying rights, Johnson laying rights, haymakers from both sides. Buddy Johnson and Cochran wrestle each other to the ice.
He's spun around by Livingstone. Now Woldard trying to jam it in front. Gets to Bond. Back to Carabin. Wrist shot. And now we're going to have a fight. Ethan O'Rourke and Jake Livingstone. Two big boys. And Ethan O'Rourke ends up on top of the veteran Langley defenseman. Not a lot of punches. Wheeling back for the Express through center ice. Left wing feed to Christian McDougall. He'll chip it in and racing after it against now Kenny. They'll bump hard along the end boards. Perrin comes in for the puck. Now we have a fight at center ice. And Trotman has dropped the gloves with Bunting. And Bunting is going at him with some rights. Now Trotman is settled in. And now Trotman wrestles Bunting to the ice. Battling there with James Bond in the Express end. Pulled back to the line. Snapshot stopped by Clay Stevenson. And now we're going to have a third fight. James Bond has dropped the gloves and is going against McCoy. They're trading rights. And Bond is holding his own, but now McCoy's getting some shots in. Bond coming back with some rights. And now Bond has lost his balance a little bit. And that'll be the end of that scrap.
Schofield bumped by Feist, and so it's reversed back to the far side. Sansbury through the middle looking for Shaw, and we got a fight on the near side corner. Schofield and Feist have dropped the mitts. Sam Schofield with Colby Feist, and Feist is getting in a few rights on him as Schofield has no helmet. Nice left from Schofield. He's got to make up from some size here, and he's holding his own. Sam Schofield.
Now Connor, right side to Isaacson towards the front of the net, blocker to side by Karki. Left point, Connor holds in. Connor then in a pushing match here right now with Landon Fuller. Looks like they want to go, and they are going to go. Kyle Connor and Landon Fuller drop the gloves here at center ice. Connor with the right. Fuller then with the right of his own. Trying to give him Connor then with a couple. Sleep gets back to his feet. Fuller's got back to his feet. He's lost his helmet though. Fuller trying to get that other hand free. Connor to the outside, trying to get back to his feet. Fuller trying to pull the jersey off. An uppercut there from Landon Fuller, and they are done. A spirited bout there from both of them.
Fights, former Valley West Hawk. After that, the Eagles don't really have much for major midget guys other than Hudson Shandor. And now we have a fight here. Drew Beaton and Buddy Johnson. And Buddy Johnson, we saw him drop the gloves out in Prince George. He's a fighter. Him and Drew Beaton. Now Beaton gives him a couple licks.
and Johnson and Beaton go toe-to-toe. Beaton, another shot on Johnson. They break it up. Good tilt.
Now Schofield back in left side. He'll take a wrist shot. Glove saved by Herbs. Oh, we're going to get a fight in the neutral zone. We've got Semchuk and Fudger throwing bombs. Oh, Fudger came loose with a couple of right hands. He's still working free, and finally they go down. A good stretch.
Far side breakout of the Nanaimo zone. Strasner towards center, dumps it in just as Brooks comes to take a check. And now Brooks and Strasner are going to fight. Brooks lands it right over the top, and a couple more. Zach Brooks throwing over, spinning Strasner around, and they both go down to the ice. Less than 10 seconds to go. Dalazana and Broadhurst pushing and shoving, and the linesman going to get involved before they can drop the gloves. And now we got some pushing and shoving between Ryan and Boucher, and they're going to fight. Ryan throwing right hands, and he wrestles Boucher on the, and now Museo jumps Lundy behind the play. The Clippers have absolutely lost it here in the third. Broadhurst trying to go with Dalazana. Being ushered back down the tunnel. Ryan fights with Boucher. Museo jumped Lundy in behind the play.
Off the face-off, and now we have a fight. Cochran and Gagno right off the face-off. Rights being thrown by Cochran. Gagno's got rights as he comes back off, takes off the bucket of Cochran, and now they're feeding each other. Right at the Chilliwack line, Gagno coming over the top of the rights. He's got the advantage right now on Cochran, and the fans responding to that. The 100th career BCHL game for Brody.
We had Shostak open, but the pass was off a stick, and now Bayless just avoids Brett Fudger, and I mean just. Here's Chorsky the other way. Oh, we're going to get a fight in the zone. Fudger's going to scrap with an unidentified wild. It's Noah Luley, who's got his right hand free. Fudger's coming over the top, blind bombs as they continue to tag each other at the line. Luley clearly didn't like the hit.
Right side, Darby off the point, down low, coming away with it here as Ramsey is taken down. Pardon me, that was Schlott. Santia throws a high hit. Schlott coming in, trying to cut to the goal. That one taken off of his stick here as things are getting testy in this hockey game. And now we got a fight here as Bowen is going after Santia. Santia's throwing bombs and takes him down.
Wilson. Now we got a fight. Levi Glazeman and Mike Janakis drop the gloves. Mike Janakis with a right, Glazeman with a right. They're fighting just at center. Mike Janakis with a big right to the face of Levi Glazeman. Now he's trying to throw uppercuts on Glazeman, and then Glazeman gets a shot to the face. He's taken down to the ice. Across the line, Michael Abril driving to the net, around the goal, nailed behind the net, and now Abril takes a run at Newson. Newson tried to drop the gloves, and now we got a big dog pile in the right corner. Everybody grab a partner. Punches being thrown right corner. Everybody is fighting. Devin Leduc just jumped Newson after he tried to fight Abril. Unbelievable. Jacob Slipik takes down a man. That was Tim Gould. Everybody started to fight right corner. Cam Newson tried to fight Michael Abril, 16-year-old, and got one here.
A fight has developed now at center ice. Aiden Hansen, Bukata, and Clark Nelson right in front of the timekeeper's box. Bukata, number 29, just got his bucket popped off by Clark Nelson, and Nelson takes him down to the ice, and the fans respond to that.
There's a fight well behind the play as it's Eddie and Eddie and Dow Kenny, and now Dow Kenny able to get a couple shots free. They still want to go out of the linesman coming in there to break it up. Couple more lefts from Will Dow Kenny. Now Eddie with a couple of uppercuts, and the referee linesman making this worse. Eddie's had enough.
Still have the lead. They're going to have to battle for this one as Tellier goes to Skovanek. Skovanek off the wall. Shandor tips it in. He's hit way up high. That's going to be a penalty. We are going to have a fight as the Eagles captain just got nailed here. And that is multiple fights going on right now. Alami is into it. He is feeding his man uppercuts here. This is a heavyweight tilt going on. And this is huge shots here from Alami, taking exception. He is trying to beat him to the ice, and he's not stopping. Oh my goodness. Wow.
18 now in favor of the Chiefs is play whistle down here. Hudson Thornton's going to drop the gloves now with Mason Reeves.
I don't know what happened, Bonnie. It happened in front of the bench.
Yeah.
Powell trying to make a couple moves. Knocks Bizet down. Goes in the corner up against Tritt. And now Powell has done it. Powell saw Tritt and is going after him. Tritt doesn't have his gloves off. I don't think he wants to. Powell is feeding him with the left hand right now. Powell looked up, saw who it was, and took exception. Dawson Tritt in there, maybe trying to give him a two as the two finally separated. In front past Turness. Connor will go to the corner. And now we got another fight. Calvin Parsons in there with AC at center ice. Kyle Larson throws rights. AC's got some rights, but Parsons throwing some on the back of his head, trying to get his left hand free. But Parsons with a couple lefts, and then right there from AC knocks it down. A spirited bout at center ice.
On the puck inside the river zone. We got a fight. Colton Cousins dropped his mitts with a member of the river, and they dropped the gloves, and they both just fell to the ice. The face off as First Kings win it. We had another fight. Hayden DeLorme's going with Versluis, and they're both hammering shots back and forth. Oh, what a fight! DeLorme and Versluis, both hammering shots. Versluis getting rights in. DeLorme in there as well. They continue to work here, and they'll fall to the ice. What a fight! Hayden DeLorme and Tanner Versluis.
Who gets it to Sanawana. Now Sanawana from his own zone will get it out of the zone. It's kicked forward by Ramsey, who lost it. Now it's picked up by Henry. And now Wyatt Schlott is going to have a fight here. It's his first of the year. He is chucking them. What a scrap here at the Chiefs blue line. Wyatt has it stopped. He is leveling Petty. Oh my goodness, what a fight inside the South Surrey Arena.
It would also be their 19th win on home ice this year. And we got a fight. Ethan Schmunk has dropped the gloves with McInnes. Schmunk with a right hand. McInnes a right hand. Schmunkin, McInnes. Now what a, oh my goodness, Ethan Schmunk with some uppercuts. McInnes landing some uppercuts. Schmunk trying to get a punch on him. Both exchanging rights. Still throwing punches. McInnes' helmet is off. Schmunk still has his helmet. Schmunk more uppercuts, and McInnes is KO'd.
Nice hit, a shot tipped by Tattle. That goes over top of the goal. Well, he collides hard there with an express with Wildauers. They go back and forth. They're going to go. Welsh and Josh Wildauer will skate and fight here as they look for open opportunity. The two 20-year-olds are going to go back and forth as they grab and looking to jockey for position. Wildauer and Welsh throwing body shots back and forth. Welsh holding with Wildauer. They both wrestle each other to the ice.
A shove in the face, and now he pushes with Helliwell, and are they going to go? Yes, they are. Slumpy throwing right, Helliwell with some rights as well, and now they go to the boards, and Helliwell ends up on top of Tyler Slumpy.